The reason why professional tennis players incorporate sand drills into their training regimen goes far beyond the surface. It's not just about running on the beach or adding variety to their workouts. It's about unlocking a level of performance that court training alone cannot provide. Sand training challenges the body in ways that mimic the demands of high-level tennis, forcing athletes to become faster, stronger, more stable, and better balanced. One of the primary reasons pros gravitate towards sand training is the resistance it offers. On a solid court surface, every step is efficient. Energy is transferred directly through the ground to propel the body forward. But on sand, that efficiency disappears. The grains shift and give way beneath the feet, absorbing a significant portion of the force applied. This means the muscles must work harder to generate movement, building strength in the legs and core. For tennis players, this translates directly to explosive power on the court. Those lightning-quick sprints to chase down a drop shot, the strong push-off needed to reposition after a deep forehand, or the leaping power required for an overhead smash. Sand drills are also integral to improving balance and stability, two cornerstones of a tennis player's performance. The uneven and constantly shifting nature of sand engages the smaller stabilizer muscles in the ankles, knees, and hips, muscles that are often underutilized in traditional training. Tennis is a sport of dynamic, multi-directional movement. Players need to remain stable while lunging for a wide ball, recovering back to the center, or absorbing the impact of a powerful shot. Sand training mimics this unpredictability, making the body more adept at maintaining balance under pressure. For professional players, another major benefit of sand training is the improvement in footwork. Tennis footwork isn't just about speed, it's about precision, efficiency, and the ability to transition seamlessly from one movement to the next. Sand drills force players to focus intently on their movements. The shifting ground punishes sloppy or inefficient footwork, teaching players to move with purpose and control. Over time, this translates to sharper, more deliberate steps on the court, where every millisecond counts. Leg strength is another area where sand drills excel. Tennis demands strong, powerful legs to generate the energy needed for every stroke. A strong foundation starts from the ground up, and the resistance provided by sand amplifies the workload for the lower body. Each push-off, sprint, and jump on sand requires significantly more effort than on a flat surface. This builds not only strength but also muscular endurance, enabling players to maintain their explosiveness throughout long, grueling matches. Sand training also has a profound effect on coordination. The instability of the surface requires players to synchronize their movements, ensuring that their upper and lower body work in harmony. This is especially important in tennis, where generating power and accuracy requires a seamless transfer of energy from the legs through the core to the racket. Sand drills refine this coordination, making players more efficient and effective in their movements. One of the less obvious but equally crucial benefits of sand drills is injury prevention. Tennis players are constantly pushing their bodies to the limit, and injuries are a common risk. The forgiving nature of sand reduces the impact on joints, making it an ideal training surface for high-intensity workouts. At the same time, the resistance of the sand strengthens the connective tissues around the ankles, knees, and hips, making these areas more resilient to the strains of competitive play. For players recovering from injuries, sand training provides a low-impact way to rebuild strength and confidence. The mental aspect of sand training cannot be overlooked. Running or jumping in sand is exhausting, and it pushes athletes to their limits faster than traditional training. For professional players, this is a chance to develop mental toughness, the ability to stay focused and perform under fatigue. Tennis matches are as much a test of the mind as they are of the body. The resilience built during sand drills helps players push through challenging moments on the court, whether it's a long rally, a tight tiebreaker, or the final stretch of a marathon match. Sand drills also offer a unique opportunity to develop explosive strength. The additional effort required to move in sand builds the kind of power that allows players to accelerate quickly, change direction abruptly, and recover rapidly after each shot. This explosiveness is a game changer in tennis, where the ability to react quickly can be the difference between winning and losing a point. Sand training forces players to dig deep, both figuratively and literally, to find the power needed for every movement. Another key aspect of sand training is its focus on proprioception, or the body's awareness of its position in space. In tennis, this skill is essential for maintaining balance during complex movements, such as hitting a running forehand or executing a serve and volley. The constant adjustments required to stay balanced on sand train the body to react instinctively, improving players' spatial awareness and overall coordination. The beauty of sand training lies in its simplicity. There's no need for specialized equipment or facilities, just a patch of sand and the determination to push through the challenge. Yet, the results are profound. Players who incorporate sand drills into their training often find themselves moving more efficiently, hitting more powerfully, and recovering more quickly during matches. The physical and mental gains from sand training translate directly to better performance on the court. For professional players, sand drills are more than just a workout. They're a statement of intent. They symbolize a commitment to pushing boundaries, to embracing discomfort, and to seeking every possible advantage. The resistance of the sand mirrors the resistance faced in competition, teaching players to overcome obstacles and rise to the challenge. Incorporating sand drills into training is a way to refine not just physical skills, but also the mindset required to excel at the highest level. It's about building a foundation of strength, stability, and resilience that can withstand the demands of a fiercely competitive sport. The lessons learned in the sand about effort, persistence, and adaptability carry over to every aspect of a player's game. Sand drills also play a pivotal role in helping players cultivate superior endurance, both physically and mentally. The sheer effort it takes to move effectively on sand forces the cardiovascular system to work harder than it would on a firmer surface. As a result, players develop greater stamina, which is critical in tennis. Long matches, especially at the professional level, demand the ability to sustain energy and focus over hours. Sand training helps athletes prepare for this by conditioning their lungs, heart, and muscles to perform efficiently under prolonged stress. The mental endurance gained from sand training is equally transformative. Sand doesn't give, it challenges. The relentless resistance of the surface can make even the simplest drills feel like monumental tasks. This pushes players to tap into their mental reserves, teaching them to embrace discomfort and persevere when fatigue sets in. It's a mirror of what they face in competitive play. Those moments when their legs are burning, their lungs are screaming, and yet they must dig deep to keep going. Training in sand instills a never-quit mindset, which becomes a crucial weapon during high-pressure matches. For younger players and those developing their game, sand drills offer an opportunity to address imbalances in their movement and mechanics. Tennis is an asymmetrical sport, with players often overusing one side of their body. Sand training demands equal engagement from all muscle groups, helping to correct these imbalances. This balanced development not only enhances performance, but also reduces the risk of overuse injuries that can plague athletes throughout their careers. Another fascinating benefit of sand training is the way it enhances reaction time. On sand, every movement is slowed by the resistance of the surface, which means players must focus intensely on how they move. This heightened awareness carries over to the court, where split-second decisions can determine the outcome of a match. The deliberate effort required on sand sharpens the neural pathways that control quick, decisive actions, making players more reactive and agile in game situations. For players recovering from injury, sand drills offer a safe and effective way to rebuild strength and mobility. The softer surface minimizes impact on joints, allowing athletes to train with less risk of re-injury. At the same time, the resistance of the sand helps rebuild strength and stability in weakened areas, particularly in the knees, ankles, and hips. This makes it an ideal environment for rehabilitation, bridging the gap between rest and full-intensity training on the court. Sand drills also contribute to improving lateral movement, an essential aspect of tennis footwork. Unlike linear sports such as running, tennis requires players to move side to side just as much as they move forward and backward. Sand training emphasizes this lateral agility by forcing players to stabilize and push off uneven ground during side-to-side drills. This translates directly to the court, where swift lateral movement is critical for reaching wide balls and staying in control during rallies. The adaptability gained from sand training is another factor that sets it apart. The constantly shifting surface conditions require players to adjust their movements on the fly, developing the ability to adapt to unexpected situations. This skill is invaluable in tennis, where every match presents unique challenges, from varying court speeds to unpredictable spins and bounces. Training on sand prepares players to stay composed and effective, no matter what the match throws at them.